Hello, thank you for coming back. The I Am in this session talks about ascension, disclosures, benevolent ETs, abundance, and the 5D body. I'll read now. As the earth continues to heal herself, everything continues to accelerate. Many seeming negatives are accelerating and escalating themselves in that healing process and that pushing of one or the other in response to the pushing of the earth. For all is connected. And yes, it is exciting for some, and it is all positive and all wonderful, as with you for the gift of knowing and the clarity of the knowing that is such a gift. For it allows you to rise above and be comforted by, and even in the awareness and the joy of the signs of the ascension being very near. There will be even higher levels of questions coming from many, and the awarenesses they are coming to as a human in the available information that is out there now being given to many. And many are receiving this information. And when they receive this information, although they are ready to receive this level of understanding and awareness, it creates questions in them, for it is new and is not always confirmed by those around them, seldom even. For as the new information through them goes out, and those around them will be elevated in their understanding. But understand this as a whole, the ascension is imminent. The nearness of it is incomprehensible even. For the waiting seems to have gone for so long for you on the human levels. So the light is within those now that were needing the light for the ascension. And those that need that bit of light accepted on their level for evolving. Those that have pushed themselves, those that have received that light, no matter how minimal it may seem, is going to be a very important to those on that level. When those experiences come that require comfort, that require the showing of myself, shall we say, they will know. So my point of this is to say, the light has no gaps or holes or dark areas now. The light is sufficient. Those few who were awaiting the activation have been activated. Everyone in every corner of everywhere on the earth has had that light activated in their DNA, which I referred to some time ago. So that point of evolution has been readied for them on their level. Even those within the earth, those in the hiding, shall we say, those negative energies in whatever form they take, whether it be in the reptilian or humanoid or pure humans, even those have been activated. The protection has been increased. The protection from the negative energy, protection from anything that tries to permeate or slow down or stop this process. It will not. Although their efforts shall be looked upon as desperate efforts, and the acceleration of their efforts shall be increased in their response to, and their fear of the light changing that which they know, that which they have justified within themselves. The change has already begun, and they are on that path. And there was no overriding the free will on this. There was simply the activation of that DNA of light within them that they are. For they had so long existed in their personal separation illusions and had chosen the negative, but I have no judgment for the negativity. For this playground has always had those opportunities for choice. But now there are those evolving past, and there will be no effect on the enlightened ones. There will be scurrying. There will be those that when the stone is lifted, that they will be blinded by the light and will want to find the stone again. But the stone has been removed. It has not simply been moved aside that they may re-enter it. For there shall be none of that. For I shall gather them all on the level. They shall be elevated, and they will be. And the light will be blinding to them. But those that embrace the light, that are the light, it will reiterate their oneness with the light, that brightness that they are, and they shall be the ascension, those that ascend to the new earth. And the new earth is ready. She is even anxious to have all of the shared experiences with the entities that are coming, with my children that are coming, with the fulfillment of the promise to all that is. Now, this coming year shall bring a whole level of connectedness and awareness of my extraterrestrial children. And all of that will be part of the scurrying and the fear and creation of the fighting of. But all of that is for nothing. For all of that is nothing that will change these things or slow them down. So be in the joy and comfort of, be in the observation of, for I know I am and we are. And even those extraterrestrials that are surrounding and participating in the Earth's atmosphere, my benevolent galactic children, they are in their readiness and their anxiousness and their joy of diving in, shall we say, and participating in this ascension with you. In this enlightening of, and when they appear, those that are not on a fifth dimensional frequency will of course also be confronted by them. And even then, they will not mean to cause fear. But their very presence will, and the fact that they are benevolent in itself will be as if a challenge. But that higher frequency, that the access process, that the ascension process is, will create the disappearance of and the separation of visually, shall we say, or accessibility even of those of fifth dimensional frequency, the new earth, the evolved beings. So there will be that conflict again that will continue, but my benevolent beings are also protected. So the third dimensional earth will be left to follow that path, with those following that path fulfilling their levels of free will choice. And the earth will be a part of that fulfilling of that. The fifth dimensional will be fulfilling that higher path as well, in that seeming separation that I am, that we are. So much joy is coming. Much comfort is indeed coming, and you will be vibrating at that light that will be seen by others. That flows through you in that fulfilling of this ascension process, and the anchoring of that rainbow bridge that you were so a part of, and those others on your level, Uzuri. That anchoring shall be in that last stand, so to speak, of that connection. Yet you will be only partially connected without the awareness of the negative that is going on around. What is happening on third dimensional earth, as I have said before. But the anchor of that rainbow bridge around the earth shall be secured, and there will be that full ascension. I will be receiving them with the joy that we all are of the I am, the beauty that awaits, the uniqueness of experiences that await, as my children go forward on their evolutionary journey. And as they are embraced and welcomed by their extraterrestrial brethren, it will be, and already is, wonderful. So I am myself that joy, and that experience is that joyous. And even all of this for those that are still on 3D, to some degree, will be something that will bring them hope and comfort, even in the disappearing of what they are seeing, before even that fear they had created, that exasperation of negativity even that they are creating, will at some level give them a hope that they will too find and experience that joy which they are fighting so hard not to. And yet again, they are in that state of confusion, shall we say. But the ascension itself will give them hope. For some part of them will know that parts of themselves have been activated within, and they will know that oneness will be theirs as well. That evolutionary joy will be theirs, even though they choose to content themselves with fear and aggression at this time. 'Tis interesting, is it not? The nature of their dimensional awareness, or lack of, shall I say. But those things will be separate, and I will be with them. For again, I say this way, there will be those who will be ascending before the mass ascension. And I tell you this, what I say will be, already is. There are already those individuals that have become that ascension. But the mass ascension is still coming. and the preparation has been done and is in that readiness. So in those perspectives, it has begun. Be in that knowing. Continue to be the anchor. For those that are ascending now are utilizing that rainbow bridge. For in the highest truth, you have already begun to secure it to the earth for the passing from 3D to 5D. There will be an additional activation of that power of light on the earth grids of energy. And all of this is connected with the fulfilling of that readiness of a full ascension. And now I distinctly individualize this as calling it the full ascension, when the masses shall ascend. For now we are not talking about the ones that are going beforehand in the preparation for these are few compared to the full that will come. The millions of humans that will go and be in that ascension process. It is an exciting time to be in transitioning, and you can feel that higher energy and be in that joy of it, for it is soon. And let me touch on the fact that abundance of that prepping, as you humans call it, for none of my children, none of my light children that have come here for this purpose, especially those, not to differentiate that one would have more than the other, no, but in the awareness of and the need of physical things needed before, you have plenty of. You will be the abundance of, as all my children will be in that abundance of. They will not be without. They will have everything they need, everything to physically sustain their body, everything they need to protect their body. For that body will be that which will be ascending with the light, and it will be protected. As all is protected, not just on the spiritual level, but on the physical level is protected. The mental and emotional is protected. So everyone will have everything they need. And this includes the wildlife and the animals that will be ascending. So there will be no want. Continue to follow your instincts by all means. So embrace these experiences, for they are positive as well. So in this energy of preparing, you are prepared. Now you will be moved to do more things, and so be it. For you will have the abundance of finances in order to fulfill any of these things you feel they need for, as all my children will. Even those that are not in full awareness, there will be abundance on all levels of abundance that is necessary for them, especially the abundance of light and protection. And again, I say the ascension is imminent. We are on the doorstep from that higher perspective. So be in the preparation of, the joy of, and continue the path you are on. And I end this session now. I am fulfilling my promise, and we are, as I am, with all of my children, on all levels, all that is. I send an embrace to all. Thank you.